This is for February 10th at 6:30. I just want to introduce our staff and our members of the TTAB. I'm Caitlin Thomas, and we have Ben Aiken. And we have Mr. Matt Chiste. He is our resident member. We have Detective Jim Toomey and Sergeant Kim Jones, our police officers on the board. And we have Mr. Fred Scheller, he's our chair. Mr. Al Leach, he is a representative of the towing industry. And we also have on the call John Fedden of Captain John Fedden of the police department. So on our agenda today, it's pretty short. I'll just turn it over to Fred now, our chair. And if you want to just run through it, staff has brought the drop fee, so I'll go over that. But if you want to go ahead and take it from here and approve the agenda and call for any additional items, I'll turn it over to you. And I'll pick back up whenever you're ready.
Yes. All right. First of all, thank everybody for attending the meeting this evening real quick. I'd like to also, don't we have to approve the minutes from the last meeting, Caitlin?
Yes. I mean, you don't have to, but we can definitely do that.
All right. Just wanted to see if there's anybody had a chance to review the minutes and if there's any changes that need to be made.
None here.
All right. Well, nobody's having any objections, then I take it that we accept the minutes. And then let's just get into it then with the call for the additional items that the board added or that the county added for the drop fees.
Okay. So we are here because after we met after our last TTAB meeting in December, staff brought all of the recommended and proposed changes to the ordinance to the manager. And during those meetings, the manager had an addition that he recommended. And so we are here to bring it to the TTAB for their input and their vote so that that can be brought to the county board. So the issue, or the topic, I guess, is the in lieu of towing fee, or commonly known as the drop fee. The county manager is recommending reducing it from $25 to $10. And this is, the drop fee is when a car is put up on the tow truck, but the owner is able to retrieve the vehicle before it is towed away. So this recommendation is made to benefit consumers while also considering that we're expecting a minimal impact to the towing industry. So that's the gist of it. I can field any questions, elaborate more if you like, but I think that's pretty much the overview. If you guys wanted to discuss.
The drop fee is it's when the vehicle's still on the property. Long story short, we gave Caitlin a lot of our financials, what our equipment costs, what our insurance is, what the trucks have went up in 3 years, our workman's comp, our 401k, our health care. I think I gave it to him, and I know Fred did. Sure. Al's towing's position is we don't charge drop fees. For the simple fact is 9 times out of 10, the driver doesn't turn it in. And that's where all the stuff gets escalated, the arguing, because the car's still in the same space or still in the property. Al's towing, and I know Bill doesn't charge it either, or I was told he doesn't. It's, in Fairfax, Loudoun County, or Arlington, I do not allow my drivers because, like I said, 99 out of 100, that's when the police are called and that's when a fight ensues. So that's my position.
I would say my personal position is it doesn't bother me a bit if it's going to be at $10 instead of $25 because, again, I'd rather just drop the car and move on and get the next car because you're going to spend, by the time the police show up, it's he said, she said, you spend a half hour, that half hour to an hour, the driver could have been gone and got a vehicle from another property. So to me, it's a waste of time. But as a whole in the towing industry, I know there's going to be some towers out there that say a $10 charge is not enough of a deterrent to keep from somebody illegally parking. And that was expressed to me by a tower. So I just wanted to put that out there that he didn't think that would be enough of a deterrent to keep people from parking illegally on private property. And that's all I've got.
Okay, that's good input. Thank you.
Anyone else? Matt, do you have anything?
No, I mean, honestly, I hadn't even thought that, or I didn't realize that you guys didn't charge tow fees. I mean, I know, again, from anecdotally, I've heard of drivers at, one of those other less reputable places who would, say, someone would come up and say, I don't have any cash. Can I go to the ATM? And the driver would be like, yeah, the ATM's right there. And then the driver would speed off of the lot. So I've heard anecdotally, of the drop fees causing confrontation. And I agree. I mean, it seems from a towing perspective, I see both sides of the story, that the towers, there's plenty of other cars, other fish in the sea that they can go and chase. But at the same time, if someone's going to go park illegally, $10 might be worth the cost of admission to, park illegally and then just, walk across the street and then run back if they need to. So I see both sides. I don't, feel that strongly either way. So I think you guys, Al and Fred, it seems like you've, feel pretty comfortable with it. So I'm comfortable with lowering the fee. That's all I've got.
Thank you.
Thanks. Anybody else have anything to discuss about the drop fee? I guess with nobody having anything else to say, Caitlin, I guess that's it. And close that section out.
Okay, we did just have someone join in. I just wanted to give them opportunity to introduce themselves. There's not a name on the ID.
I don't know who would. I guess they don't want to introduce themselves and keep anonymous.
That's fine. Okay, Fred. Sorry, back to you.
Hey, Fred, do we need to make a motion for the accepting the $10 drop fee that was proposed by the county manager?
Yeah, I do need someone to make a motion.
All right, I'll make a motion to accept the new drop fee as $10.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
I'll go with it.
Okay. I guess all in favor of letting it drop to $10, say aye.
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 All opposed? Okay, Caitlin, it looks like it's unanimous.
I'll get that recorded. I really appreciate everyone's input and feedback. So that's the drop fee. So if, Fred, if you have anything else, feel free. If not, I can move on to next steps.
I just got one thing. I don't know if how many people knew this, that are business owners, that it doesn't affect just the towing company, but affects all owners of small business or anybody that got a PPP loan, whether it be this first round or was it the second round, that the money you received, if the loan is turned into a grant so that the loan is forgiven from the SBA because the owner of the business used the loan for what its main purpose was, to keep people on payroll, and you could use a percentage of it for rent and utilities, that if it gets turned into a grant, the state of Virginia is going to tax the business on the amount of the PP loan. Where as the federal government passed, you do not pay any taxes on that money as income tax. I just wanted to bring that up. That not only affects towers that had the loan, it affects every business in the state of Virginia that got the loan. That's all. I just think it's wrong.
Okay. Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's see. I want to, guess I'll update everyone on, so this past week staff put out a feedback form to gather, because the county board wanted more input from citizens and residents on the proposed ordinance changes. So I'm not sure if you saw, but there was an Arl Now article that went out on Friday. So I've been getting a lot of responses on that form. And we are now moving, so February 20th is when we will bring all of the proposed changes for consideration to the board. The meeting starts at 9. I don't know what time, or I don't know where. I think it's actually a little bit later in the meeting, but if you all would like to speak or be included, let me know. I will get you the Teams invite, and that will be, staff will present that. But we are still putting together, and I've been in contact with the towers. We're still putting together, because we're still putting together data, because after we presented to the Transportation Commission, they requested more data, and that's what prompted staff to reach out to the towers for just to gather more information. So that's been really, I mean, everyone's been really helpful and forthcoming. So staff is currently gathering that data and aggregating it to present it in a coherent manner, and we will be moving forward. So as long as staff has enough data from everyone requested by Friday, we should be good to go. If anything changes, I will let everyone know.
Will we be getting a copy of that data once you guys have it coherent?
Yeah. So I plan to, hopefully I can get everyone gets it to me by Friday, and then I'll put it together. And I'm going to submit it to, we've just submitted to the board report system, and then also I'm going to put it in the presentation, and I can definitely send it over to everyone once I've created it. And it'll be posted online too.
Thank you.
But like I said, please redact any, so you can send it over in whatever fashion or manner you like. Redact any confidential, any proprietary information, but I plan to aggregate it into graphs and charts, just so that it is easily read and understood.
Thank you.
So that's where we are. But yes, I'm looking forward to hopefully seeing most of you, or all of you, next weekend. But yeah, I'm really, thank you all so much for coming together on such short notice, and I think this meeting actually will be kind of short tonight.
Great.
Sounds good. Hey, Caitlin, what's the volume of the feedback on that form? Is it like single digits or is it like tens?
Like triple digits.
Really? There's that much? That surprises me.
Yeah. So we got a lot of feedback.
Everybody's sitting at home.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, everyone.
Okay.
Is there any
Be
more
safe.
business then?
Thank you.
Thank
Nope,
you.
I said we called the meeting.
Awesome. Thank you
All
all.
right. Thank y'all. Bye.
See you guys. Have a good night.
You
too.
also.
Good night.